Hey everyone, John Henry here, slingshotfutures.com, and welcome to the Market Mindset, where we take a look at the psychology behind the moves today so we can better understand tomorrow. And today, we're taking a look at the Bund. Now, the Bund had a lot of interesting movement, and overall, pretty much just in a range. The market really didn't give us a whole lot to work with in terms of, anything outside of that. We're seeing the market pushing down to the lows, buying right back up to a new high, selling down to a new low, etc. So we're looking to play this as a range. Buy low, sell high, and try to stay out of the middle. As the market was cycling off of the top of the range here, we go into 7 o'clock, we get a nice dip underneath the moving average. They try finding a little bit of trapping underneath that prior swing. Buyers get that push back above the moving average, but as soon as they get above it, it's slapped right back down again, and that allows the sellers to take back over and shove the market back down. The same thing has happened several times today now, where in this example, this is a bear to bull case. The bears blast through the moving average, the buyers push right back up again, and that's a big clue that if they're going to keep rinsing and repeating these setups, well, you got to follow along with them, and that was a nice sell signal to drive the market back down towards the lows. Now you'll notice this low, we didn't hit the bottom, right? We missed the bottom edge, so when the buyers try coming back up again, they get a nice push up, they get some decent follow through, good bull candle, they managed to come back to that prior news candle. It looks like a news candle, at least. In this case, it was. Came back up to that area, trapped above the highs, tried it again and failed, and even tried it again over here for another very nice selling opportunity to drive the market back down to the lows. Now, as the market was coming down towards that bottom, we were picking up on some very interesting structure with algorithmic buying showing up on the tape. We have the move down, the dome, the time in sales, everything is starting to show up that, well, wait a minute, something is kind of standing out a little bit. We're dealing with potentially algorithmic buying. Now, with algorithmic buying, you got to be a little bit careful because, well, they're going to continue to scale in. That's generally a large firm or a large fund that's scaling into moves, so it doesn't necessarily mean that it's the bottom of the move and we're just going to rocket ship to the highs. So when we get that little bounce right there, we are confirming that they are there and they're showing up with at least mediocre support enough to bounce the market. We push back above the moving average, it's slapped right back down again. Obviously, there isn't enough strength there for us to want to be buyers yet. So we sell and drive the market back down. But then we start pushing into not only the algorithmic buying move, but also massive buying support at 166, a gargantuan amount of volume stepping up at 166. And when the buyers basically allowed the sellers to trap the low, and that's all they got, slam the market right back up again, that's your clue. Now we have shifted gears that the buyers are going to start coming in and attempt to cycle this range. We're at the lows of the range, we're getting a trap on the bottom. Not only are we seeing algos kick in with HFTs, we're also seeing potential large block buyers showing up at the exact same place. And on the larger time frame, we also had a 60-minute channel rising through here as well. So everything stacking up at the exact same location for buyers to step in for a nice move up. They were able to get a couple legs to the upside and then started collapsing into the lunchtime hour, but we're usually done by then anyway. So a very interesting day today on the Bund. Lots of combination of technical analysis between the 60-minute chart, along with HFT buying with the algorithms, along with big block buyers stepping up to the plate as well. And you combine that with market psychology, and you've got a pretty good 1-2 punch. So that's going to do it for this one. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you found it useful, maybe a little bit entertaining, and we'll see you next time.